Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's message. Today's message is God's timeless engagement from 2 Peter 3:9. The Lord isn't slow to keep his promise, as some think of slowness, but he is patient toward you, not wanting anyone to perish, but all to change their hearts and lives. In a nutshell, God is giving people space and time to change their minds because he wants all of us to find eternal life. Because, my friends, if you don't find God and eternal life through Jesus, well, you're going to perish when Jesus returns. Now, I'm pretty sure that was a clear message, but let me explain. See, God, he's not late in bringing promises to you. He's just not on your schedule. And God waits for us. He's never slow or late. He fulfills his promises to us in his time and exactly the right time in our life. He has no special time frames because, well, honestly, his time is eternal. And he has no time limits or confusions about time like we humans do. You see, we humans, we're always rushing. We're rushing to judgment, we're impatient, and honestly, we're needy. They're all human traits, and we actually live them every day. Our world is a place of despair and disrepair. And we're so engulfed in sinful ways and worldful ways that, well, many people will never find God. And they are desperately seeking hope in their pain and searching for the answers to life and love, but they never search for God to get the answer. And I talk to some of these people every day, and I try to explain to them that without seeking God to find the answer, they will perish, despite God being patient and waiting for them. Now, for those of us who have found God in our lives, we're called to a purpose beyond our own understanding and a journey of faith to bring others to God through Jesus. We're to bring them to the Father through Jesus' love for us. And we know that God wishes for all people to find him and choose a relationship before they die. So we spend our time out in the world and in places like social media, telling everyone what we have learned because it's important. It is the most important thing any of us could do with our lives. You see, God chooses us, every single one of us. If you're hearing me today, it is because you are chosen by God. And today you were chosen to hear this message. There's nothing random in this world. And I have been chosen to deliver it to you. And it really is that simple. God brings us to him so we can bring you to him in all ways. Today it just happens to be on social media. But tomorrow it could be in person if I'm given the opportunity to have this conversation. And tomorrow I could be on the receiving end of a message that I need from someone else. You see, every day people come to me and my page because they are seeking hope. And by watching me live my life and trying to be Christ-like in person and on video, they see me victorious, but they also see me struggle. And that's God's plan, because without seeing my struggle, well, you can never see God's work in a real life person like me, a sinner, and someone who is imperfect, but chosen by a perfect God. I have been directed by God to share everything, and I have simply followed the journey in faith. I have zero fear of anyone seeing my real life because God brought me to true love within. And that removed all fear of judgment from others' view of me or my messages. But no matter what they see, they will always see me asking God to help me find the easiest path on my journey, especially when I'm struggling. And the result of seeing me is always God in my faith, every single time. And when they see me representing God every day, they see miracles that occur in my life. By seeing these small miracles, they also find joy and seek God because, well, God is the way that I found salvation. It's the way that I found peace, love, kindness, joy, and forgiveness. And they see me introducing that love of Jesus to others in my words, my actions, and in my general life. They simply see hope. And hope is the most important thing you can offer next to God's unconditional love, as my dad once told me. So today, I hope you find God, and I hope you find Jesus in your heart. I hope you see that God is the bringer of hope through others and ultimately to you in time. I hope you realize that when you find in yourself and you find self-love, well, you'll be able to share it. You'll be able to share God with others simply because I shared it with you. And I hope you find hope today in me because God has called me to an amazing journey. And my goal is still to reach 1 million people in 5 years, and I'm well on my way. But my hope, well, that's for all people who hear me today to choose God because they heard my story. My hope is that God uses me every day to be the catalyst that brings others to Him. Because my hope is that you understand that God doesn't want anyone to perish, but all to change their hearts and lives. So hurry up now. He's waiting on you. He has all the time in the world, but my friends, you don't. You could die tomorrow. And what a tragedy to have been offered salvation and choosing not to accept it. God's unconditional love is the answer, my friends. Choose it. Please just choose it. If this resonated with you, please like and share my post. And thank you for your donations to My Divine Mission and for helping me to keep my message alive. I'll see you next time.